Are we better off not acknowledging their existence? We can't make them go away, but we don't have to give them approval either. If you acknowledge their existence, it's the same thing as giving their approval, saying, yes, okay, you're here. We know you're here. It's giving them an open doorway to become more visible in our society if we give them disclosure. They can become a more visible part of our society, whereas right now they have to hide. So do we really want a disclosure? I know so many people fight for the fact that we should have an alien and UFO disclosure. And I just don't think I don't think it would do us a bit of good. I don't think it's going to help anybody to allow these things to step up in our society and become a more visible, present part of it. Make them hide. Make them stay in the closet. I don't want to see them. I will expose them, expose their tactics, expose what they're doing, but I don't want them as my neighbors. And right now they hide themselves very well. They have different capabilities to where they can cloak and look human. The aliens that are here that aren't, they can cloak to make themselves look human. Many of their children are here. They're star children, these star kids. And you see these cute little movies come out, X-Men 2, and that was all about hybrids. These kids born with special powers that they kind of keep hidden and tucked back and away from society. And these children are half alien, half human. And that's what they are. They're hybrids, and right now they call them star kids or indigo kids. It's the same thing. They're hybrids. They're half alien, half human. And those are the names they give them, indigo kids and star kids. And at the end of X-Men 2, one of the last lines, the most memorable lines of the entire movie, is where one of these hybrid kids says, "We've been living by your rules long enough. Maybe now it's time you lived by ours." Is that what, there's going to be a turning of the tables eventually, but do we want it right now? And it doesn't really seem to matter what our vote is, because this is a window of opportunity, May, June, and July, to where these aliens can come and make their presence known here on Earth, whether our government lays out the red carpet for them or not. They're going to act on their timetable whenever they can get their act together, when the Lord gives them the green light, which they have the green light right now, folks. They have the green light. They can come. They can come. And I've warned about an alien and a UFO invasion for the last 2 years. I have a book out on it. Bible Codes Revealed the Coming UFO Invasion. You can get it at Amazon or Barnes & Noble. I've got a book coming out in about 3 weeks called Aliens on the Internet. And you can read all of this information on my websites. You can go to aliensinthenews.com. You can go to sherryschreiner.com. You can go to sherrytalkradio.com. Go to thewatcherfiles.com. I have 19 websites, folks. And I have a daily blogger that I keep tabs on, just to keep information out there. Go to crystalcityfraud.com, because this is just another one of their tactics when they come. When Satan comes, he's going to be, claiming he's God. He's going to bring this you know it as Nibiru, but Nibiru could also be this Crystal City. And you can see the Crystal City Fraud. I have a rendition picture of it there. And it's going to look like the New Jerusalem the Bible talks about, descending down from heaven, hovering above Jerusalem. They're going to bring this actual city down and hover it above earth. That's how good the deceptions are going to be. And I have seen in the Bible where there is going to be a division within the churches. And the people that are deceived by this and believe it, and those who refuse to accept it. And so this is even outside Patriot community, the rest of the churches themselves are going to be completely divided. And why? Because I've been warning also for years that the beast prophets, Satan's generals, leading many of our churches today, are going to be telling the people to go along with this, that this is the coming of the Lord, that Sananda is Jesus, that this is the New Jerusalem coming out of the sky. Because if you'll notice one thing in a lot of the churches today, they don't teach prophecy anymore. And why don't they? Why don't they? I grew up on prophecy. I was born for prophecy. I was born for these last days. And you walk in churches today and they don't talk about prophecy because they don't want people to know what's going on. They don't want people to know what prophecy is, so that when Satan starts pulling all of these deceptions out, then the beast prophets can step in and do their jobs and lead the flocks into deceptions. They will lead their church members into accepting these chips. Pat Robertson had a Digital Angel CEO on his 700 Club touting the praises of chip implantation. And Kenneth Copeland's going to do it. The Blasphemous Network, TBN's going to do it. The Beast Network. They're all going to be doing it. They're Satan's generals, folks. They're not anointed and appointed by the Lord. And so people say, well, you better be careful about talking about the Lord's people. I only talk about the ones the Lord tells me to talk about, folks. They're not his. They're not his. They're Satan's generals. And Benny Hinn and Kenneth Copeland and all these, and Paul Crouch and the Beast Network are going to lead millions of Christians astray when the deceptions start falling and start telling these believers that is Jesus coming, that is the New Jerusalem. And if you want a tour in the New Jerusalem, then you have to have the name of God on your forehead. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to be mimicking everything that the Bible says will happen. They're going to mimic. They're going to put Satan's name on your forehead. And, of course, most see this as the chip today. Everything's going to be a mimic. And so the churches are going to be heavily divided. And that's when the persecution's really going to start. And the persecution's going to start from within. The Bible says that families fathers will come against mothers and daughters against mothers and fathers against sons. And, the Lord came to bring a sword, not peace. And that's exactly what we're going to be seeing. That wraps up the show this week, everybody. Monday night, my other show, Saturday Night to the News, and Monday night, you can catch it on Monday nights at 9 o'clock at cherrytalkradio.com. Also be back here next Tuesday at 2 o'clock Eastern. We'll see you then.
Did you ever think when you eat Chinese, it ain't pork or chicken but a fat Siamese? Yet the food tastes great so you don't complain. But that's not chicken in your chicken chow mein. Seems to me I ordered sweet and sour pork, but Garfield's on my fork. He's purring here on my fork. There's a cat in the kettle at the Peking Moon, the place that I eat every day at noon. They can feed your cat and you'll never know. Once they wrap it up in dough, boys, they fry it real crisp in dough. Shaolin asked if I wanted more as he was dialing up his buddy at the old pet store. I said, not today, I lost my appetite. There's two cats in my belly and they want to fight. I was sucking on a Roll-Aid and a Tums or two when I swear I heard it new, boys. And that is when...
Do you have something to say? Have you created or invented something? Do you have a cause that needs to be presented? Have you written music, a book, or made a movie? Have you ever dreamed of being on the radio? You're in luck. Out of Time Radio now has answers to your questions. To find out how you can get your own radio show, contact Out of Time Radio at 877-624-4331 or email shows@outoftimeradio.org.
Black helicopters got you down? Fearful of government-spawned tornadoes? Wonder what those jet contrails are all about? Well, have I got a place for you. Hidden in the basement...
USA Radio Network News. Kurt Lewis reporting.